Tuning in today. As you know, Addy, the best barista in the world, is getting the coffee started. And we would like to remind you guys that you can't spell daddy without the Addy. Oh no, you can't spell daddy without the Addy. Very nice. Yesterday we noticed that when we sing our song, we get really loud. And yesterday at the exit of the show, we were a little too loud for the mic. We'll try not to scream so much today. Addy's getting the brew started. For those of you joining for the simultaneous sip, you know that you come here because you can transcend space and time and connect with everybody who gets that 9 o'clock sip on each and every day. We have Scott Adams School. We have meetups happening all around the U.S. and more of those topics coming soon. But you are watching now so that you can transcend time and space and join us for that simultaneous sip that Scott created with his life energy and life work to connect all of us across politics, across borders, across our own brain, and rewire it so that we can work together in unity to accomplish goals. Much of what our pledge is about. Addy's getting the coffee going. We want to tell you that today's show is jam-packed. We have Florida, as the Taylor Swift would sing. We have Florida up on the map today. 3 big things to talk about with Florida today. We have the White House. We have world news with our logo. World news. World news. We have Google News as well. And then we have Minnesota back in the news again today.
Yep.
You know we're not going to have a show without teaching you something. So we are going to read from category of 1, discuss that a little bit. And Addy, for our theme today, will be breaking down hoaxology. American Debunk has surprised the world again and has added more to the site that he's already spent so much time and effort on with his team, pushed by Scott Adams to get that created for you, the American people, and for us, journalists, who need evidence to have discussions and debate using evidence.
Yeah.
Not what she said or he said, but listening to directly what the person said.
Yep.
That allows us to be informed and come to better conclusions. Now, we're going to get into hoaxology today, but first, thank you for getting that coffee ready, little lady. Why don't you go ahead and kick us out, start us off.
Yep. All you need is a cup or a mug or a glass, a tankard or chalice or stein, a canteen jug or a flask, a vessel of any kind. Fill it with your favorite liquid. I usually like coffee. Hot cocoa works too.
Or throw in some peanut butter.
Crunchy peanut butter.
That's what Jack would say.
But anything works. And let's do a simultaneous sip.
Thank you, Scott.
So good.
You make a good cup of coffee, little girl.
Thank you.
Did you brew that extra special? Is that a double dip today?
Nope. The water, before I did the double espresso, though, she needed more water for it.
Fresh spring water to the back of the coffee maker. So good.
Yeah.
The simultaneous sip has been taken. You've connected through time and space, and you've reached out to everybody there. There's more on X and lots of groups for you to be part of. If you want to learn and be part of a bigger group, you are part of a bigger community. Step up and share. As you know, sharing is caring.
Yep.
Sean, you're going to join us on the show today. Thank you for interrupting. Do you have anything to say to the group, Sean?
Yes.
What is knowledge, Sean?
Knowledge is part of your family, and you love them so much.
Okay, great job. Addy, will you please lead the second reason everyone is here today? Sean, hand over your heart.
Let's go, kids. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all, always our theme as we finish. And yes, the subpoena for the House committee has issued orders for Hillary and Bill, who did not show up for theirs.
Yep.
We are going to talk about Tim Walz receiving a subpoena as well, and will he show up in the House committee? The one thing we want to talk about for the first part of American news is that we watched a video yesterday in length for the Minnesotians. Guys, a Tim Walz appointee that's in charge of catching the fraud in Minnesota that we are all seeing online. And regardless of what news you're watching, it's clear that fraud has been happening. The difference is you think Minnesota has been trying to take care of the fraud and federal government shouldn't be overstepping bounds and getting involved with what Tim Walz has explained multiple times. They're already aware of and they're trying to fix. So the committee yesterday would have easily explained what they're doing. And you're not going to believe this from me, so you're going to want to go watch the video yourself. I kid you not. When questioned as to why the fraud is happening in Minnesota at such great amounts, the lady in charge, appointed by Tim Walz, says, well, I don't like your wording. This is her. My main job is to be helping people successfully run their programs. That's what we focus on. She recorrects the lady and says, ma'am, you're in charge of catching the fraud. What tools do you use to enforce when you find fraud that you've not been doing? This lady, per her quote, says back, we don't have tools to hold them accountable when we catch them with fraud. We don't have tools for that. Like, what would we do that for? Blew my mind, guys. You can't even understand how corrupt these systems are until someone investigates. And then you find out that the person in charge of fraud not only will not use the word fraud, but she says, nope, I only want to help them become more successful. I don't like your word fraud. And then when asked specifically how she can hold them accountable when the fraud is caught, she says, quote, we don't have tools to hold them accountable. So you can catch the fraud, see the fraud, and then that's it? You just let it go? And is that why the federal government is having to step in, Adeline?
Yes.
That the Tim Walz appointee herself says she has no tools to hold anybody accountable whatsoever. I don't know what world we live in, but it's not quite the one you were told we have with checks and balances and all the classes that you went to. You may have become a lawyer and you may think the system works according to the law. But as we learn each and every day, states across the U.S., especially blue ones recently, can just do what they want. And then, that's the outcome. Sorry, guys, take us to court. Maybe then we'll do something. And it's getting a little upsetting, guys. It's a little upsetting that as we learn about fraud and we expect the government to be stopping it, we only learn that the government is enabling it. And I'm not saying that we're trying to connect dots, but does that look suspicious?
Don't
Be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. And is that really suspicious?
Yeah. Very suspicious.
Can you be more suspicious than that?
No.
I don't think you can, but Minnesota is going to try. We haven't even gotten to California and some of the other states that are refusing to give the information and therefore are still withholding money from those sanctuary cities who won't show us who's voting and where they're giving all the money that the government is trying to give them to. So, guys, whatever you see out in the news, all the game that gets played, just remember, we have money. We want to give it to you, but we need to see who you're giving it to because it's supposed to go to homeless. It's supposed to go to the kids. It's not supposed to go to your piggy bank or your campaign bank, is it, Addy? No, but luckily we can track where the dollars have been, and there's going to be a lot coming forward here in 2026.
Yeah.
We'll have more on that, but let's get to the good news, right? We're here for the good news.
Yeah.
Florida!
It's beautiful. It's true.
Guys, we moved to Florida, so take all the street creds you want. We left Texas. That was hard to do. Texans are amazing. We moved up north, went on a wonderful adventure to New York City through Pennsylvania, living in the Appalachian Mountains, experiencing wildlife, trees, forest every day. We go off on that later. That's what you're supposed to do when you're raising the little ones. But now that Addie's 8 and Sean's 5 and we're back in the real world, we got to get back to business, right?
Yeah.
Well, we chose Florida specifically for lots of different reasons. Isn't that right, little girl?
Yeah.
Well, one of the many reasons you're seeing today. Amongst the elite, after a survey has been done for education, Sean, please get off and go that way if you're going to disrupt it.
Okay.
See you later, buddy. So here's what we got going on, guys. In Florida, the number one in the nation, and it's not even close. We're talking S-tier class all by themselves with a 94.37 rating. That's an A+, ladies and gentlemen.
That's an A+.
The closest is Arizona. They barely got to the 88, 89. And Texas down at number 9. So Texas made the top spin. I think Idaho was number 10. Florida ranked number 1 for your school freedoms and for your outcomes, guys. You can't go anywhere else in the U.S. where you're going to get the same amount of amenities, strength, support, and abilities. Where are you coming? Florida. Good job, Florida. Wonderful to see, wonderful to hear, wonderful to be part of. And another world first for Florida. Are you ready for this?
Ready.
Florida is the first state in the nation to ban all vaccine mandates. You heard that, libertarians, whatever state you're in. Florida beat you. The Republican state of Florida is the first to ban the vaccine mandates, guys. This means you cannot be forced to take the vaccine just because some doctors are getting paid behind the curtain to make sure you take
The vaccine.
Pfizer's shots. Is that right?
Yes.
To me, guys, to help you understand journalism, if the organization or TV show or movie or program you're watching is sponsored, meaning that they're influenced and the money is paid by Company X, and Company X wants to hide the information that would show you about a vaccine for, 75 years, then maybe as a journalist, I would think that is suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Looks suspicious to me. Ergo, I would ask more questions and do more homework. I encourage you to do the same thing, as we expect you to all be journalists. Isn't that right, Addy?
Yep.
That's right. So if you've been paying attention to Florida, guys, you need to look at how big this is going to be. The ripples that will be affected from everybody else falling in line is ginormous. First to ban vaccine mandates. First in education, homeschooling, and all things regarding to the children, Florida way at the top.
Yeah.
And just to brag, ever since Kev got us to rename the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America, you should all be aware that we had no hurricanes in 2025 here in the Gulf of America. Was that awesome, Addy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we loved it. We had a nice dry summer playing in the beach every day.
Yeah.
Guys, that's it for Florida. And we can talk more about the goodness and the locals, small businesses. Florida is, abundant. They love the small business owner. They rep the small business owner, and they give everything they can to the small homeowner. As you're going to start to see with property taxes also on the list to maybe banned very soon. So let's go, Florida.
Florida.
Now on to the White House before we get to world news.
Before we get to world news.
First, the White House.
The White House.
Guys, it's important for you to understand that the White House has sent a clear message to homeowners and to Americans. We want you to be able to purchase a home if you want to. Besides taking off credit scores and allowing crypto to be used as collateral, the White House has said no more corporations buying your homes.
No more.
No more corporations coming in and swooping up HOAs and turning them into rental properties for people who don't even care about the property.
What?
Yeah, we rent, we've owned, we've done all of it. And even if we're renting, do we make it look like we own the place?
Yeah.
Do we plant? Do we garden? Do we live there while we're there?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Does everybody do that?
No.
No. Usually lawn maintenance and things like that kind of fall to the wayside, and they can destroy the way a neighborhood looks and feels. And we understand that when a neighborhood looks and feels manicured because people care, what does it do to the environment for all of us?
It kind of slows it down.
We care. It makes you want to care. You are who you surround yourself with. Addy, if we surround you with bad, negative people, who are you going to become?
One of them.
That's right. But if we surround you with positive energy all the time, who are you going to become?
The positive girl shining her light as bright as she can.
That's right, little lady. If you want to up your game, surround yourself with more people and boys and girls that want to also up their game. Whatever you're trying to do in life, it's real easy to be who's around you. Now, they will say that one bad apple can spoil a bunch. And there's truth in that. We know all about a mutiny and trying to overthrow the captain. But it is more true that 5 good apples actively working to help another can change it, because we're not fruit. We have the ability to learn,
change, and grow.
That fruit doesn't. If it's gone bad, what's going to happen to the fruit?
It's going down.
Yeah, it is gonna ruin the other apples because it's touching them and spreading germs. So, get the bad apple out of there. But I'm not an apple.
No, I'm not apple.
I'm not an apple. Look at these muscles. Those muscles look like apples.
No.
Your muscles don't look like apple.
Yeah, not even a green apple.
You look like a warrior.
Yeah.
And what will 4 warriors do to a weak man in the group?
They'll
Will
kick
they?
him out.
No, they'll make him.
Stronger?
That's right.
Stronger.
Or they'll kick him out. You're right.
Yes.
You either step up or you step out. And that's what a friendship really means in this world. Daddy has made more friends than ever. And I'm really good at making friends my whole life. But Daddy's made more friends than ever now that he has returned to news and returned to broadcasting. You may not see all the views on each and every day. We understand that people have all sorts of things to get to and to get from. We don't expect everybody to have the same consistency we have each and every day bringing you the news, because it's a little difficult for this little lady every day. Isn't that right?
Yep.
Sometimes, right?
Yes, sometimes.
But do you go hard to the paint?
Yes, I do.
Do you practice hard?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm a robinette.
That's right. What else, Addy?
And because I'm a journalist. And because I'm a journalist and I want to bring you the truth.
And can that be hard to do?
Yes.
Is knowledge half the power?
Yes.
That's right. So just giving our audience and giving our friends and family the news, the truth, isn't that just half the battle?
Yeah.
That's right, guys. And we're doing our part because you're doing your part.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is credit cards are going down to 10%. You may have heard, you may have seen. This is not a joke. This is real, guys. The credit card companies are losing their mind because they can no longer rip off Americans.
Yeah.
Now, we're not arguing with credit. We're not arguing with the need for credit. And we understand that lots of people, if not almost everybody out there, is leaving maxed out to their credit line. And that can be good when productivity comes back around and you work in sales and you get those bonus checks and you can chip away at those. But if you're only paying the bare minimum on your interest payments, you're just feeding these big fat cats that don't care about any of us way too much money.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Well, believe it or not, this administration, the one who allegedly is only making friends with billionaires, is stopping that. That's weird, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't line up with what our friends on the left constantly tell us, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No, and we don't care. We're just here to observe.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome to see that the credit cards can't charge you 30% because your credit's bad and they want to rip you off some more, isn't it, Addy?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like that would help you, does it?
No, it doesn't.
It certainly wouldn't. If you're bad on times and you need some credit to help you get through, should you be penalized with a 30% on that? No. And we understand that we should reward people who have good credit and have taken care of this stuff. We absolutely believe that.
Yeah.
But we do not feel that you should be able to scam those in most need with those high percentages. Is that right?
Yes.
And this administration agrees and is enforcing that to help you stay away from the fat oligarchs.
Yep.
Good to see, and we're happy to read that for you today. Now, one more part as we break into world news. World news.
Sun coming up behind it.
Sun coming up behind. And we're always going to do the sun coming up behind because that's the good energy, right?
Yeah.
Now, guys, in world news, we have some big news. Number one, the U.S. has officially today, the 22nd of January, 2026, withdrawn from the WHO. The World Health Organization, which most of you who have followed and paid attention are aware of the many cases of corruption. You're aware of the outside influence of the Chinese specifically, but multiple influences that we don't trust that are corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
And we now see that the U.S. is officially withdrawing. No more dollars, no more cents to corruption. There are lots of good ways to help people have access to a healthy way of life. Isn't that right?
Yes, there is.
But when corruption is found, you must stop giving it the money. Isn't that right?
Yes,
Yep.
you have to. Or it'll just get bigger, bigger, and bigger, and bigger until it swallows the entire America and the entire country, right?
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk anymore because what you said was brilliant.
Thank you, Daddy.
Brilliant. Thank you, little girl. 8-year-old Addy fully understands, and we respect the decisions of this administration to withdraw from such a corrupt program. We're not going to dive in and start going off on the WHO because we are fully aware that there are lots of good people that use the World Health Organization to attempt and to do great things to help humanity. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
As in all things, the humans on the ground, the foot soldiers, generally care, don't they?
Yes, they do.
And they want to do good stuff.
Yeah.
Right. But what's happened at the top of a lot of these authoritative positions where corruption has been ripe for the last few decades? What's happened at the top?
They don't care anymore.
Did the bad people find their way up there?
Yep, they found their way. They slithered up like a snake.
And one of the best ways for corruption to hide is not necessarily putting someone bad in place, but to hiring someone who's incompetent so that you can blame all the problems on incompetency. Yes, little lady?
What's incompetency?
That means a dodo bird.
Oh.
That means hiring somebody who isn't going to make the right decision because they're going to either do what they're told to or they don't actually know, right? You see that constantly with people that are promoted to jobs. Hunter Biden, for example, the last president's son, was in charge of Burma, right? He was in charge of some oil in Europe, never even had a job in that industry, never even worked in that industry, and certainly wasn't even smart enough to manage the team in that industry. But he got the job. I'm sure it had nothing to do with his father, the senator who became vice president and then was president and then was trying to fire the people that were involved in that on tape, admitting to it. I'm sure that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Looks suspicious to me.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
They were very suspicious. Now, the WHO organization, under suspicion, has been canceled. See you later.
See ya.
What that means for the future, what we'll regroup and what we'll be able to do is simple, guys. We'll directly be able to help who we're trying to help. No more middleman, no more money getting lost, no more money being stolen, no more money being corrupt. If you want to help somebody, we help. If you need proof of that, look at Nigeria. Trey Godzik is on the ground, and because Trey Godzik, guys, got on the ground, the first journalist to go hit the ground, we are now seeing social media influencers also hit the ground with Trey. How awesome is that?
That's amazing.
Trey's on day number 4. For those of you who are not paying attention, Trey's been there, day 5 now. Trey's been there for several days, and now we have social media influencers, now that they saw Trey there, trying to get on the ground to also bring you footage of what's happening there in Nigeria. Yeah. And is America and is Trump helping that president?
Yes, he is.
That's right. That's a Muslim president, and Trump is helping him and working with him to help Nigerians. Now, that's just one proof that in order to help people, you don't need a middle manager, do you?
Nope.
No, and 9 times out of 10, if you've ever read Seth Godin or Marcus Buckingham, what is that middle manager going to do?
Nothing.
Yeah, he's going to get in the way. Does a middle manager like the frontline team staff that's doing a better job than the middle manager?
No.
Definitely not. Most middle managers at best reach category 5 or category 4. We'll talk about category 5 later. But at best, they want to be the one who's doing it all. They don't want other people to take credit. And that slows down productivity and creativity because no one else is allowed to shine brighter than the middle manager.
Yeah.
We like getting rid of middle management in no matter what business we're in, because when you speak directly with the CEO, you get the vision and the mission at the same time. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right. So one way to increase that, and we can see in businesses, is to make middle managers more part of the productivity and the profit. As you see people share profits and have more ownership in the company, you see them work just as hard as the CEO would because they get just as much as that take. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, we see that in Tesla. For example, if you worked for Tesla, one of the greatest stories of all time, and guys, there's a bazillion stories on Tesla that are just mind-blowing if you pay attention. But there was an engineer who'd been working for Tesla, the car factory, for quite a while. And in his 2nd to 3rd year, you know, he just thought, I'm kind of due for a raise. I feel like I'm busting my butt and I'm due for a raise. And so he goes over to his supervisor. He said, hey, you know, people have a hard time negotiating. And do we talk about it? You don't get in business what you deserve. You get what?
You negotiate.
You negotiate. That's right. Well, if you work for Elon, he's probably already on top of it. Because here's what happened. As the individual, the engineer walked up and was like, hey, I'd like to talk about this. Here's my productivity. Here's this. His lead supervisor said, okay, yeah, can I ask you a question? Yeah, what you got? Have you looked at your stock that we've been rewarding you with? Mind blown, this engineer, smart guy, he had actually not gone and looked at the company's stock that they gave him because prior to working for Tesla, he had never been offered that, had never been rewarded that, and certainly didn't understand the value. Upon opening it and realizing how much he had been given, do you know how much was in there, Addy?
What?
More than over $1 million in stock.
What?
Did he count that as a raise?
Yes.
Did he accept his payment?
Yes.
He sure did. With glee. He was very happy. The bro went back to work 100-fold more energized than he ever would have been with $1 raise to work a little bit better.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to share there and tell you is if you're part of a company, if you run a company, if you are a company, remember that your frontline team members and your middle managers are never going to work as hard as the CEO unless they're with you on the purpose, they agree with your mission, they understand the vision, and it is part of who they are, or they're part of that carrot, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to make $1 billion this year, and I'm, making some numbers up, but if you're going to make any profit this year, and all of that profit is going to go only to the investors, the rest of the team understands that, right? Yeah. That's why Daddy's never worked for any one of those organizations, and I never will. I've always worked for the private sector or myself or for a CEO that recruited me.
Yeah.
Why, Addy?
So you get paid the proper money.
Sure. But if you have the talent, which you all do, each and every single one of you has talent.
You. 8 billion.
Should you hide your talent or should you shine it brightly?
Shine it bright as you can.
That's right. And so that's going to take us to our next part here, guys. Google on the world stage is now offering your children, my children, all children, everybody, practice exams for the SATs and other standardized testing. How insane is this, Addy?
Big.
Well, let me explain to you. Most children have been paying for tutors, paying for classes, paying for things, going to taking these cram courses, going over there, stressing. Now Google, okay, under Alphabet, the parent company, they are going to offer the SAT practice exams and so many more standardized testings now moving forward. So from homeschooling to public school to private school to wherever you're at, monetary school, you can sit down now as a parent and you can administer the SATs to your children and practice with them for free. For free, guys. Is this a game changer?
Yeah.
Are we gonna elevate America?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you're from, rich, poor, whoever. Google's changing the game. We don't always like to brag about Google, but this is the news and this is what we do. Yeah. Wow, Google. Can we get a high five for Google? Let's give a round of applause for Google, guys.
Good job, Google.
This is how you increase a culture. When we see schools out there that have kids that can't read across Illinois or across the world, as we see kids that can't read that are being graduated, as we see California state colleges having to offer a second remedial math class because the first one isn't good enough, the college kids 18 to 22, they need to practice 7th grade level math at college level because somehow they were graduated and passed so they could get that, schools could get that money even though they couldn't read or do math. Does that sound acceptable to you, Addy?
No, it does not to me.
Well, it's been accepted halfway across the US. But with Google offering abilities to train from home, now parents have extra tools, children have tools themselves where they can practice, fail. And what happens when you fail, Addy?
You learn, change, and grow, and you get better at it.
That's right, Addy. And is this free Google practice exams going to help individuals learn, change, and grow?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Google, one more time. Great job, Google. Huge fan of that. Not a fan of their suppression and other stuff that they do. So I want to make sure I throw that out there, that as a journalist, we cannot use Google because Google is, if you do the Google search, you're getting the narrative 110%. And I'll show it to you on your phone if you ever want to see. You can type in the same thing into Google, the same thing into Bing, which nobody uses Bing, and the same thing into DuckDuck. And I assure you, you will understand immediately when you use this test how the narrative is controlled for you. But right now, we just want to say high five, Google. High five, Google. Super awesome. Alcohol. As you know, Scott Adams made it a sign and made it a big deal, part of his life to remind you alcohol is poison.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like most of the generation has figured that out. For the first time in history, there are massive $1 billion worth of supply that are not being used. Alcohol is sitting on shelves. Alcohol is sitting in warehouses. Alcohol is sitting waiting to be purchased, and it's not been purchased. All of 2025 showed alcohol in a massive decline. The kids don't want to drink it. The adults are done. And of course, individuals like us who are trying to live a healthy way of life, we're done with it, right?
I'm done with it. I don't even want to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, do not get me wrong, guys. If you bring over a bottle of champagne and you pop it open because we want to celebrate, I'll toast.
He'll toast.
We'll toast.
I'll toast.
We'll toast. But when it comes to our leisure time and our hobbies and what we do, America is becoming more active. America wants to get outside and America wants to play. That won't be happening today or anytime soon because of the cold weather. Isn't that right, little girl? Is it cold across the U.S. right now?
Yeah.
Even in Florida, is it cold?
Yeah.
We'll address that during the weather time. But guys, alcohol consumption is so far down across the board on all of them, not just, when it started with protesting the beer and Budweiser a few years ago, it has led into a protest nationwide that we don't want to poison ourselves all the time anymore. Maybe some of the time. Maybe a little bit occasionally.
Yeah, once every like 2 or 1 year.
But the massive drinking is slowing down.
Yeah.
And there's lots of reasons for it. Most of it goes back to our message right off the bat. What's our first message? Knowledge is
power.
Bam. And when you have that power, what do you got to do? What does Plato tell you to do with that power?
Flex on them.
Flex it. And it's very easy to flex against alcohol when you realize you can't have a six-pack like this guy does. I've almost got my B down. So, Addy, does Daddy have a six-pack?
No.
What?
Yes, a six.
Not the six-pack of beer. I mean my abs.
Oh, yes, he did.
That's all right. We'll show them later.
Yeah.
Guys, if you want to get your six-pack of abs, you don't even have to work out. You just stop drinking any alcohol, stop eating sugary foods, and you'll just naturally slim down.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do anything. So I'm not even telling you to exercise or work out. That's part of the triangle. But if you just apply knowledge to how you live, no sugar, no alcohol, you're naturally going to slim down and look good because that's how you're designed. You're designed to look good.
My God designed you to do.
I believe it. Now, around the world, we got Japan back on there.
World news.
英語が少しわかりますか? What are you supposed to say?
I don't know.
英語が少しわかりますか?
Always say squishy.
少し.
Squishy.
Now, you probably don't speak Japanese at home. We have a few friends who do, so we had to give a shout out. But for those of you who don't, if anybody ever asks you if you do speak Japanese, just say skoshi. Skoshi.
Skoshi.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Skoshi wakarimasu.
Skoshi wakarimasu. Did I say it right?
Yep. Good job.
Thanks, Daddy.
Now, guys, the old age saying is put your money where your mouth is, right?
Right.
Plato tells us to do it, right?
Right.
If you're going to talk about it, you have to actually do it, right?
Right.
Well, look no further than Japan's prime minister to be the first, in my opinion, and I may need to look this up officially. Okay. I'm not 100% sure how Europe's been doing it,
okay,
but I do not believe I have ever seen anybody smash it the way this Japan prime minister is doing. She's dissolving parliament because she said that they're fraud and doesn't like any of them. Okay. She herself is putting her own job title on the line. And you know who she's giving all of that power to?
Who?
The people.
The people.
She's handing the power to the people. She could lose her own job. She could lose her own prime minister, all of her agenda and everything they're trying to put back into play. She could lose it all. And to her, it's worth it. It's worth it to dissolve parliament, put her own job on the line, and force the people to vote for what they want, for the direction they want Japan to go into the future. And are we here in the future, Addy?
Yes, we are.
We have arrived in the future, guys. It is 2026. Japan's already signed with Joby. They've signed with Archer. If you don't know who they are, you're going to learn this year. Flying cars are here. Every city across America is going to have flying cars and transportation. Everywhere from North Texas down south is going to have transportation. If you didn't see who Boeing has on the side, no, you cannot invest in them. But, well, you can invest in Boeing. Boeing has a private company that they purchased based out of Austin and LA that are also putting together some flying cars. They're going to be more regional to that area using Planetair and other software specific to Texas. Okay? We're not talking, that's not even Joby and Archer, the big guys. That's just the little guys that are still going to be ginormous in your state. Every state and region has small regional flying cars under production and ready to go. You're going to need 6G, though, for those to come on. So you are going to start to see towers over the next year or two, if you're not already, having to get put up in order for those flying cars to operate to the best of their ability. And Addy, just to break that down a little bit for our technology, we're talking about vibration, right?
Right.
And 6G, is that a slower vibration or a faster vibration than 5G and 4G?
Faster.
Absolutely. And so putting those in place and seeing regards to where humans are in relation to that will be interesting to see. But the most
Bet your dollar.
that those flying cars are on the way.
Oh, yeah.
Now, more on that later, but let's get back to the news.
News.
Do you have anything for the people out there in the news world, Addy? Have you learned anything? We're going to do a little off script, even though we don't have a script. I've not asked you anything. I'm just going to put you on the spot because you've been so good today. Do you have anything you want to share with anybody?
Yes, I do.
What do you got? Yes, ma'am.
And in today's
No, don't try to. Okay, if you're watching Debunk, she was trying to she was going to try to read that off the top of her head from memorization. Yes. That's how much this little girl has been reading. Mm-hmm. So today's theme, guys, as we talked about all week on the show, and it's going to be our theme tomorrow that we'll finish up with, is hoaxology.
Hoaxology.
We're here to teach you, and we want to help you understand that the media paints narratives to show you what we call fake news, right?
Right.
Scott Adams was very good talking about the documentary effect. If you watch something from one side, it's very easy to believe that you're in the know, that you have the know. And then reality is you have one side of the know, or you feel like you have the know, but you don't. And to help you understand that, in the best analogy that I could think of is what my daughter and I were watching yesterday, okay? So if you watch a documentary from the perception of a little lion cub being born.
Okay.
And the big lion dad is protecting the lion cub. Mm-hmm. And in the pride, there's a bunch of moms over there who do most of the hunting, right?
Yeah.
But it's been a couple of days and there's a drought and nobody's eating. And the little cub is going to die if we don't feed the cub. And so you watch the hunters go out and you watch the lionesses find the food, and they try and they fight and one gets away, and you're so sad for the lions because the baby lion's gonna die. But then they catch one, they get a zebra's butt and they bring it down and they get the food, and then you see the baby come over and he gets to eat and he lives.
Yeah.
And then we all sing, "It's a circle of life," right?
Right.
Well, that's one side. Let's flip it over and watch a different documentary. This documentary is about the peaceful zebra.
Okay.
They do nothing but eat plants. They're a wonderful zebra. They're like horses. We like to pet them. We come over and we say hi to them. They're such nice. They're like the nicest animal on earth, the zebra. They're so cool.
Besides bunnies.
Bunnies can fight. But the zebra is a cool animal. We love it. And the zebra has a baby. Oh, it's so cute. We love the baby zebra. And the baby zebra's frolicking and playing, and it's just the cutest thing we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And then the music changes. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. And they're hiding for an ambush attack, like the evil that they are the lionesses, ready to pounce on our wonderful, awesome baby zebra. The zebra's just living life, having a good time. Insert bad music. Here comes the evil. Dun, 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 dun. And the zebras, they're off the run. And the lions are trying to get it. And of course, at this point in time, you're rooting for the zebra to get away. And the zebra gets away. And you cheer. Yeah, the zebra got away. And now the baby lion dies in that situation. But you're okay because you're watching it from what? The zebra. You're here for the zebra. Too bad for you, little lion. The zebra is free. And guys, and sure, you can have the standpoint that you're sad for bothers. But yes, the point is, guys, that the documentary effect is real. You can't help it. You're human. What you're given, what you watch, what you intake, the people around you, they influence you no matter how awesome you are and how resilient you are. We know that. PhDs know that. All the studies show that. We're reminding you that it's okay. It's okay that that happens. But it's not okay to stay in that sleep, okay? It's okay to feel it and to have it happen, but you got to wake yourself up. And it took a lot of work from this team to put this together. So we want to make sure that we break it down today for you. We have a wonderful 15 minutes to show you what hoaxology is and why you will learn more in your entire lifetime just experiencing this website than you ever could from going to school for journalism. Okay?
Okay.
Journalism is about asking questions, the Socratic method, figuring out what's going on, right?
Right.
And to do that, you have to have evidence. You have to look for evidence, and you have to want to see things that are past what you may believe. That's called cognitive dissonance if you're too uncomfortable that you run away from news. But we're going to ask you to be uncomfortable for a few seconds, and as we read the narratives that are coming up against you. Addy, would you like to read Hoaxology, the American Debunk, January 20, 2025. It's an 8 to 12 minutes read. We're going to let Addy start it off for us.
Ready? In today's media landscape, hoaxes spread faster than ever, often weaponized to distort true and push false narrative. Narrative. But this isn't just an attack on Trump or his team. It's an attack on you, the American people.
Guys, listen to that, okay? By understanding the tactics used to manipulate the public, you'll be able to recognize when you're being misled, seen through the propaganda, and help others do the same. Our mission is to debunk the hoaxes and expose the deceptive methods behind them, from selective editing to credibility laundering. Below, you'll find the most common hoax techniques and examples that use them so that you can spot them in the wild. Guys, that's beautifully written. We've agreed with that our entire life, and American Debunk has put it together here for you so that you can spend some time reading through and understanding. This is a live website that they spend a lot of time on. You can go straight to it, americandebunk.com. We will have this in the chat today for you to go click on for those who haven't already. Yeah. This has already been seen by millions of people. There's a high chance you at home have already seen this site and gone through it. It's been out for a long time. But this part is the upgrade. The American Debunk of the past showed previous lies, evidence of the lies, and how the mainstream media tried to paint a narrative, and how you can find evidence to show that that's not actually how it went down.
Yep.
Not opinion.
Not opinion.
Evidence.
Evidence. You need evidence.
And that's what's important about this site, guys, is just like what we want to do on our show, teach you how to become even better journalists than you already are. I mean, you're watching this show, so you're one of the best journalists out there already. But in order to increase and sharpen your tools, Hoaxology has brought the skills.
Yeah.
Hoaxology. So we're going to read one here today, and we'll let you get into it yourself a little bit later. Hoaxology. One of the number one ways that media narratives paint a picture for you, like we said, with the documentary effect. Selective video editing manipulates the perception of an event by removing key context, distorting the original meaning. This technique involves trimming, reordering, or omitting portions of a video to remove the context and create a false narrative that someone said or did something entirely different from what actually occurred. By isolating moments and stripping away essential context, the meaning of an event can be reversed or significantly altered, which misleads the audience. This removal of context also enables prominent figures in the media to make more outrageous claims, stepping on it, as the absence of full information allows them to insert their own interpretations, which they go over the top with, and any narrative without any type of contradiction. This hoax technique was used to create some of the most damaging hoaxes in American history. And you go on to look at some of them and learn some of them. You may be surprised. You may have fallen for a few of them and not ever realize that hoax got to you. You may see the hoax now they put it together, and then realize, oh man, they did get me on that one.
Yeah.
And if you're a journalist and if you care and if you want to
learn, change, and grow.
Then you will go to this website, you will spend some time with it, and you will educate yourself because you want to learn, you want to change, and you want to grow. But you're not going to do that alone. It's going to take a team. Because why, Addy? What is teamwork?
Makes the dream work.
That's right. And what they've put together, the incredible, beautiful team over there with American Debunk, is they've created a website, Hoaxology, to help you better break down the hoaxes that are coming at you. So we're going to go into some more of that tomorrow and break down some more examples and get into it. Right now, it's already 8:50. Addy has put on a wonderful show today. She has lots of things to get to. This is just one of her many responsibilities on the day, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And you've done a wonderful job. We've broken the world. We've shown them what Hoaxology is. We hope they'll be checking the site out and learning more. But let's just reread that first part so that everybody understands what Hoaxology is. Go ahead, Addy, one more time.
In today's media landscape, hoaxes spread faster than ever, often weaponized to distort truth, and push false narratives. But this isn't just an attack on Trump or his team. It's an attack on you, the American people.
That's right, Addy. Thank you for reiterating that and bringing it home.
You're welcome.
Now, the last thing we're going to do for you, because we're always here to educate you, is get some more category of one. Oh, there you go. It picks it up perfect if I put it right there. Category of one, guys. We're always going to read from this for you. Again, it's the most highlighted book Daddy has ever read outside of Sun Tzu. Now, across all industry and professional lines, great companies, large and small, are driven by a focus on one factor, the customer. And there are 3 rules that the category of one companies all follow. Are you ready for them, Addy?
Ready.
Know more about the customer than anybody else does.
Know more about the customer than anybody does.
Now, have we traveled the entire U.S., Addy?
Yes, we have.
Have we been inside rural America?
Yeah.
Have we gone to the big cities and the big corporations?
Yeah.
Have we visited podunk little mom and pop shops in the middle of nowhere?
Yes.
Take cash only?
Yeah.
And have we gone to the big city, fancy spots in New York City, the tablecloth dinners?
Yeah,
we've seen it all. Have we met people in lower South Side Chicago, lower South Side Baltimore, upside Chicago, upside LA, 3-story penthouses? Have we seen all walks of life?
Yes.
And are people beautiful?
Yes.
Absolutely. So maybe we know more about customers than anyone else because in the line of journalism, do we know people want the truth?
Yes.
Do we know people like to be informed?
Yeah.
They sure do. Do we need to do more for our graphics and make the show slightly more engaging and entertaining?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Get closer to the customer than anyone else does.
Okay. Get closer to the customer than anyone else does.
That's right. And is that what Mommy's doing in her business, in her world?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Number 3, emotionally connect with the customer better than anyone else.
Get emotional with the customer better than anyone else.
That's right, guys. And we'll talk more about that and get into that later as we go on. But we want you to think about those 3 rules for a category of one. Whatever your business, whatever your company, whoever you're working for, those are the 3 rules. Okay. And if you're not following them and you're not fully versed on them and you're not even practicing them, you're not seeing them in your mission, you're not seeing them in your vision, then you're never going to be
a category of one.
That's right. And this goes for your volunteering, guys. We're not talking about work. Okay. Like just take work out for 2 seconds. A category of one is who you are.
Who you are.
Your name, your experience in life is who you are. And although we're going to talk about businesses in the business book, I want you to apply it in your real life. There is only one you.
One you.
Your experiences, your life, what you bring to the table is very unique. And the team needs
you.
We need your love. We need your laughter. We need your happy. Did Daddy get on this morning and for only 20 minutes, did Daddy play with some fathers that were headed off to work for the day? Did we get our dopamine in this morning before we all went about our business?
Yes, you did.
Did you hear how excited those guys were?
Yeah.
Do you think they ever wake up that happy on a normal day?
No.
But did they come get some Daddy this morning?
Yeah.
And did we multiply that energy?
Yeah.
That's right. That's what we do, guys. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm probably far from perfect. I'm striving to be better and learn, change, and grow every day.
Yeah.
But I'm a multiplier. And if you throw some negative energy at me, am I going to confront you and bring it back?
Yep.
Probably. But if you give even the slightest bit of positive energy, am I going to multiply that times 3 times 10?
Yes.
Some of the time, Or every
single time.
That's what we do. We multiply, right?
Yeah.
So if you meet people who multiply, throw them some positive energy and watch what happens, right?
Multiply.
Yeah. We're a hype man.
Yeah.
What you bring to the table will hype up, but you must
make your own choice. What to hype up?
Bring something to the table. That's right. And that's how it's always going to work, guys. Wherever you're at in your life, whoever's around you, it takes two to tango, and it takes much more than that to do a marching band. So if we're going to move together, you yourself got to be confident in what you're bringing to the table. You got to connect with people. You got to be real. And that's the greatest part about all of our travels is the only thing that we learned, whether we were in South Chicago, South Baltimore, anywhere in Brooklyn, New York, Chinatown in New York City, it didn't matter.
It didn't.
Good people attract good peoples.
Yeah.
Positive energy comes flying together.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where we go, where we travel. Do we meet really good people?
Yes, we do.
It's almost as if the world is full of nothing but good people.
Because it is.
But then do we know there are some bad people? And are they doing some bad things?
Yep.
And it is a little weird that the bad people that are doing bad things are being busted by law enforcement, but the weird white liberals are protesting that?
Yeah.
And that's what you saw yesterday as we in today's news. You saw President Trump and you saw our chief officer discuss exactly which criminals they've been busting there in Minnesota, holding up pictures, Addy, cover your ears, showing how many women they've raped and abused and tortured. Okay, that's why they're there, guys. They're hiding out in sanctuary cities because when the government shows up to arrest them, the local authorities have released them back into the streets. Does that sound like the America my daughter deserves?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. So I'm thankful that even with those white liberals protesting and screaming and crying, that it doesn't change the narrative and hasn't stopped this administration from saving the world. Now, those same white liberals, when asked yesterday on multiple videos across the world, you can watch them, why they aren't upset with Obama and Biden's deportations in their first go around with them deporting way more than Trump has. Every single one of them, Addy, do you know what they said?
What?
I wasn't paying attention then. I wasn't paying attention then. Why do you think they weren't paying attention then, Addy?
Because.
Was the media letting them pay attention to that?
No, that's
that's.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Well, that one ends up a little bit more hypocritical.
What's hypocritical?
That's when they say one thing, but then they do another. That would be the opposite of Plato.
Oh.
You cannot be friends with Plato and be hypocritical, can you? No, because what's Plato about to do?
Flex on
He's
you.
going to flex on you, right? And if you try to come up and you try to flex when you're a big hypocrite, what happens to those muscles? You lose them. You have no muscles if you're a hypocrite, right?
Yeah.
And that's how we pointed out, and that's how hoaxology is going to help all of our individuals out there. We're not looking to unfriend people. We're looking to break them of the mold that the media has put on them. And only you can do that to the people you care about.
Only you can do it.
So care about the people around you, help break the mold, and let's get them back together. Addy, as everybody else is about to join the simultaneous sip, let's join them. Let's do the pledge, and let's roll out. Scott Adams, simultaneous sip around the world, 9 o'clock.
Love you, Scott Adams.
Lead us out, Addy.
Let's go, kids. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We love you guys. More on hoaxology tomorrow. Glad you learned a little bit today. Thank you for stopping by. We love all of you, and we will see you more on the other side. God bless America.
And remember, you can't spell
Daddy without the Addy. I said you can't spell Daddy without